Have you ever sat there wondering about someone's true intentions? Maybe you felt the thrill of a long gaze or the warmth of a simple text, wondering if it meant something more. Today, we're diving deep into the subtle art of understanding attraction, not through complicated rules, but through timeless Stoic wisdom. By the end, you'll have insight into the small signs of interest, all through a lens of calm, clear Stoic observation. Stick around, because each sign reveals a powerful lesson about connection, presence, and inner strength that will help you understand others and yourself better. So let's begin, shall we? Sign 1. Intense eye contact. Imagine you're at a gathering, and your eyes keep meeting someone's across the room. The contact is prolonged, charged, and intentional. In Stoic thought, eye contact isn't just a superficial sign, it's an impression. Stoics viewed impressions as moments to observe calmly without jumping to conclusions. Eye contact is subtle but meaningful. It's often the first layer of interest. The power of eye contact has been acknowledged across different cultures, and Stoicism teaches us to view this moment without clinging to it emotionally. Consider this. If someone's gaze lingers on you, it's a signal, an invitation to respond. But instead of overanalyzing, appreciate it as a moment of clarity, a shared presence. Let's visualize a scenario. You're at a cafe, reading a book. Every time you look up, their eyes meet yours, maybe with a slight smile or a hint of intrigue. This isn't an accident. It's a quiet, subtle way of showing they're interested. And with each glance, they're giving you an impression. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This quote reminds us to look at these moments as opportunities to connect, not to create fantasies. Imagine catching someone's gaze more than once. Does it feel intentional? Maybe it's the start of a connection. What could a single look lead to? Sign 2. Mirroring your gestures. Mirroring is a classic, powerful way people subconsciously show alignment and connection. In fact, the more someone mirrors you, the more they're attuned to you. For Stoics, observing such behavior isn't about inflating our ego, but about recognizing harmony in a natural, balanced way. Think of it this way. You're at a social gathering, chatting with someone, and you realize that every time you move, they mirror your gestures. You cross your arms, they do the same. You laugh, and their laugh follows right after. This isn't coincidence, it's a subconscious response. Mirroring goes beyond simple imitation. It signals a deeper connection, one where both people feel in sync. Stoicism would guide us to view this mirroring as an external sign of an inner alignment. Marcus Aurelius spoke about the beauty of harmony in human interactions. When someone mirrors us, they're expressing a level of comfort, interest, and alignment with our energy. Harmony in relationships starts with harmony within. Imagine noticing that someone mirrors you repeatedly. How does that make you feel? Is it just mimicry, or could it signify something deeper? Pay close attention next time you're with someone special. Are they mirroring you without even realizing it? Maybe it's their way of saying, "I feel comfortable with you." Sign 3. Compliments. Compliments aren't just nice words. They reveal what someone values in you. Stoicism teaches us to receive them gracefully, without becoming dependent on them. When someone goes out of their way to compliment you, it's often an indicator of admiration that goes beyond the surface. Let's dig into what this means. Imagine this. You've just nailed a presentation at work. As people compliment you, there's one person whose words stand out. Instead of the usual, "nice job," they say something specific like, "You handled that question perfectly. Your confidence really showed." This is a deeper kind of compliment that reveals genuine appreciation. The Stoics believe that words can have a lasting impact, and while we shouldn't let them define us, we should recognize them as meaningful gestures. When someone praises us, it's often because they see something in us that resonates with their values or desires. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." With compliments, it's not about the words themselves, but how we respond internally. Ever received a compliment that felt more personal than usual? Think about what it means. Could they be showing you a window into how they see you? Sign 4. Curiosity about your life. Have you ever noticed how someone's questions sometimes go deeper than just, "How's your day?" or "What do you do for work?" When someone is genuinely curious about your life, it's often a sign they're interested in you as a person, not just in a passing way, but with real curiosity about who you are underneath the surface. Let's paint a scenario. Imagine you're talking with someone, and instead of surface-level questions, they're asking about your childhood, what you're passionate about, or the experiences that have shaped who you are. Maybe they even lean in slightly, nodding along as you speak, clearly absorbed in every word. Stoicism encourages us to value these moments of connection while maintaining a balanced mind, seeing them for what they truly are, a pathway to understanding and being understood. Consider this. If they ask questions about your family or what your dreams are, they're showing a genuine interest in understanding the layers that make up your life. Epictetus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." This speaks to the idea that true curiosity comes from a place of depth and intent. When someone is truly interested in your life, it's a sign they want to know you, not just in passing, but in a way that feels meaningful. Imagine them asking, "What inspired you to take this path?" Or, "What would you do if you could go anywhere tomorrow?" These aren't just polite inquiries. They're keys to unlock a deeper connection. And when someone is asking these kinds of questions, they're often revealing more about their own openness and their hope to create a bond. What if these questions were more than just small talk? Next time someone asks a question that makes you pause, think about what it could mean. Maybe they're searching for a way to connect with you on a whole new level. Sign 5. Laughter and smiles. Laughter and smiles, simple, universal signs of joy. When someone is smiling often around you or laughing at even your simplest jokes, they're sending a message that they feel comfortable and happy in your presence. In Stoic philosophy, we're taught to observe such responses as moments of shared joy without attaching ourselves to the outcome. Picture a situation. You're out with someone, and as the conversation flows, you notice they're laughing a little more freely, smiling just a bit brighter when they're with you. Perhaps you share a silly joke, and their laughter goes beyond polite chuckles. It's genuine, contagious, almost as if they're letting their guard down. This is what the Stoics would call a moment of pure expression, a chance to recognize genuine connection. Marcus Aurelius once observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this case, laughter and smiles become the colors of joy and warmth. When someone smiles or laughs freely around you, it's often because they're letting go of pretense, allowing themselves to be truly present. Stoicism encourages us to cherish these unguarded moments as indicators of comfort and connection without getting swept up in fantasy. Imagine the warmth of sharing a laugh with someone who just gets you. It's more than just amusement. It's a bridge, a way of connecting deeply. You're witnessing a side of them that feels comfortable, natural, and at ease with you. Could these smiles and laughs be more than just friendly gestures? The next time you see someone laughing with you like this, ask yourself, are they finding happiness in your company? Sign 6. Dress to impress. When someone goes the extra mile with their appearance, particularly when you're around, it's often more than just a fashion choice. People dress to impress for a variety of reasons, but when it's clear that they've made an effort specifically for an occasion with you, it's a subtle, intentional sign of admiration. The Stoics would advise us to see beyond appearances, focusing instead on the intention behind them. Imagine meeting someone for a casual coffee, and they show up looking like they've put serious thought into their outfit. Maybe they're wearing a favorite color or style, looking polished and put together, even though the occasion is simple. Stoicism teaches us not to judge a book by its cover, but also not to overlook the small, silent gestures that people make to show they care. Dressing well, in this context, is their way of showing respect for you and for the time you're sharing. Epictetus remarked, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." When someone shows up looking their best, it often means they're not only comfortable with themselves, but that they care enough to show you their best self. This can be a form of nonverbal communication, a way of expressing that they value your opinion and that they want you to see them at their finest. Imagine noticing this extra effort in the details, the carefully chosen shoes, the way their hair is styled just right, the confidence in how they carry themselves. It's their way of saying, "I want you to see me at my best." And in Stoic terms, it's a gesture we should recognize without overanalyzing, simply appreciating the care that went into it. Could that extra effort be a quiet message meant just for you? The next time you notice someone dressing up a little more than usual, think about what it might signify. Sign 7. Morning and night texts. When someone sends you messages to start and end their day, it's no small thing. These good morning and good night texts are often simple, but they're consistent, and they say more than just words. Stoicism teaches us to find meaning in these small gestures, viewing them as sincere acts of care without getting too attached to them emotionally. Picture this. Each day starts with a cheerful good morning and ends with a thoughtful good night. Sleep well. It's not about the words themselves, but the thoughtfulness behind them. They're thinking of you as they start their day and as they wind down at night, weaving you into their routine. These messages are signs that they want to stay connected, even when they're not physically with you. Seneca wrote, "A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer." These messages are gifts, small, consistent reminders that you're on their mind. Stoicism encourages us to appreciate these moments without expecting them, simply valuing the kindness and warmth they bring. Imagine looking at your phone and seeing that morning message pop up, or that nightly wish for good sleep. These aren't just texts. They're their way of showing they care about you and want you to know it. Even if it's brief, it's sincere and speaks to a quiet, steady affection. Could these simple messages be a way of saying, "You're in my thoughts"? The next time you receive one, pause and consider what it might mean beyond the words. Sign 8. Casual teasing. Teasing is often a playful, lighthearted way of showing affection. When someone feels comfortable enough to tease you, it's a sign they're at ease with you, and it may even be their way of testing the waters of deeper connection. In Stoic philosophy, teasing can be viewed as a way to engage in a spirited interaction without taking things too seriously. Imagine spending time with someone who seems to remember every little thing about you, especially the silly ones. Maybe they tease you about that funny story you once told, or about how you love pineapple on pizza when everyone else seems to hate it. This light teasing is a signal that they're not only comfortable with you, but also genuinely enjoying your presence. It's as if they're letting you into their inner circle, where they can playfully challenge you and create a fun, shared dynamic. In Stoic thought, teasing represents a kind of intimacy, a sign that someone feels relaxed enough to be themselves around you. Epictetus advised that we should embrace interactions with others while keeping a balanced mind, taking nothing personally and enjoying the moment. Teasing is often a way to connect with a touch of humor and warmth, revealing a side of someone that is open and playful. Picture this. They remember that one time you tripped in the cafeteria or how you once mispronounced a word, and they bring it up with a grin just to see you laugh. Stoicism would remind us not to take ourselves too seriously here. Instead, see this as a bridge, a playful gesture that deepens the bond. Next time someone teases you, consider it a sign of connection. Could it be their way of saying, I feel close enough to be playful with you? Sign 9, the hair flip. The hair flip, whether it's brushing hair behind an ear, casually tossing it, or running a hand through it, is one of those subtle signs that many people find attractive without fully understanding why. In Stoicism, such gestures would be viewed as natural expressions that we observe without letting them steer our emotions. Imagine sitting across from someone who keeps adjusting their hair, especially during moments of eye contact or laughter. Maybe they keep tucking a strand behind their ear, or they're twisting a lock around their finger. These gestures are often unconscious, instinctive ways of showing attraction and connection. It's as if they're saying, I want to be noticed, without saying a word. For the Stoics, moments like this are invitations to be present, to recognize small actions without projecting meaning onto them. Seneca once said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. In the context of subtle flirtations, even a simple hair flip can carry meaning, courage, and an invitation to notice the beauty in the details. Imagine catching someone in the act of a hair toss as they make eye contact with you. It's not just an act of vanity. It's a quiet invitation, a sign that they're comfortable and open to connection. Stoicism would teach us to observe this gesture with balance, seeing it as a sign of interest without leaping to conclusions. Have you ever noticed this subtle gesture? Maybe it's more than just a habit. Maybe it's their way of drawing you in. Sign 10, light touches. Physical touch, even in its smallest forms, often speaks louder than words. When someone subtly reaches out, whether it's a light tap on your arm during a joke, a brief touch on your shoulder as they pass by, or a playful nudge, they're expressing closeness. These small gestures are a way to bridge the gap between mere friendliness and something more intimate. In Stoic philosophy, we're encouraged to observe and appreciate these moments of physical connection without becoming overly attached to them emotionally. Imagine you're deep in conversation with someone, and as they laugh at something you say, they give your arm a little tap. Or maybe you're both reaching for something at the same time, and your hands touch for just a moment. These gestures might seem small, but they carry significant weight. They're often unconscious, instinctive ways of saying, I feel comfortable and connected with you. From a Stoic perspective, such touches are impressions, physical signals that we should interpret with clarity and composure. We should value these moments of connection while maintaining balance in our reactions. Seneca once said, the greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. Physical touch is one of those blessings. It's a bridge, a way to connect without words, a subtle affirmation of interest. Imagine the warmth of a brief touch on your shoulder or a light brush of their hand against yours. These are more than mere gestures. They're intimate ways of showing affection, a silent cue that they're comfortable around you and perhaps want you to feel the same. Next time you experience a simple touch, take a moment to consider its meaning. Could it be their way of saying, I want to be closer to you? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the subtle signs of connection and attraction, all viewed through the lens of Stoic wisdom. By recognizing these quiet gestures, eye contact, mirroring, laughter, touch, and more, we can better understand the ways people express interest and admiration. In Stoicism, we're encouraged to approach relationships with clarity and calmness, embracing these signs without clinging to them. Whether it's a meaningful compliment, a lingering gaze, or a gentle touch, each of these signs gives us a chance to connect on a deeper level. But remember, Stoic wisdom teaches us not to read too much into any one gesture. Instead, we observe, appreciate, and remain balanced. In doing so, we not only understand others better, but also cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness. Before you go, if you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future content. We'd love to hear from you. What subtle signs of attraction have you noticed in your own experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the suggested video on your screen right now. It's a perfect follow-up to today's discussion, diving even deeper into Stoic philosophy and relationships. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing more thought-provoking, engaging content your way. See you in the next video.